welcome to week 3 of the Mole Sisters with Elise and
Michaela. We're two sisters born with moles on our faces, and each week we discuss women in art and music history.
so this week I'm going to be talking about Mary Edmonia Lewis. She is not very well known, so this research kind of took a while, but she's a really interesting lady, and I hope you listen to it. And if you do, listen to it fully, because right now people stop listening. People stop listening after 20 seconds.
That's so rude.
Anyway, so Mary Edmonia Lewis, she was an American sculptor, lived from 1844 to 1907. The reason why I picked her was because, yes, women aren't talked a lot about in history, like as we're trying to unfold artists and composers, musicians, whatever, etc. But particularly non-white women too. So
Yeah.
Mary Edmonia Lewis, she had mixed heritage. Her father was Haitian and her mother was Native American. So she's a pretty diverse lady.
Okay.
She's an American sculptor, and she was the first person of this heritage to ever be like world renowned, whatever, for sculpting.
Okay.
Like I said, it was kind of difficult to find information on her because she was not white and a woman.
Yeah.
But the source that I looked at was pretty legit. It is hard to find real information about her because she was known to make things up to seem more interesting.
What a relatable queen.
I know. So this is the most realistic information, I think.
Okay.
And if I'm wrong, go fuck yourself.
Damn. You can look it up on your own and make your own decisions based on your own research.
Yeah.
I know you said it probably, and I missed this part. Where was she from again?
I didn't say it yet.
Oh, you didn't.
She was raised in New York.
Okay. Like upstate or the city?
Upstate. So she was raised with her mother's Native American tribe, which
Okay.
was Ojibwe. I think that's how you say it.
Yep.
And she traveled with them growing up. From what I found, it looks like her father died when she was pretty young.
Okay.
And then it doesn't really say what happened to her mother, but I'm assuming that because she was the sole adult and she was a woman of the family, everything went over to her brother in terms of like where she was going later in her life. So her brother just like sent her to a private school so he could travel.
What a bit.
Yeah. He just wanted to go off on his own, so whatever.
He's probably ugly too.
Yeah, probably. One thing to note before I start talking about how she became like an artist and all of that, sculpting in particular for women was really, really hard to get into because artists equaled genius in that time, you know? Well, even now, like artists are genius. Well, some of them. Depends on what they create. And women were not considered genius. And if they were smart in any way or was able to relate to something past what society deemed them to be, then they were deemed as crazy. So it was
yeah, that checks out.
Yeah.
Entirely.
So while it was still kind of around, that belief was still around when she was becoming an artist, there were women that came before her that were able to push this boundary, so it was a little bit more achievable for her.
Okay.
Basically, they walk so she could run, you know?
Yep. Damn. Yeah.
So after she was in private school, she went to 2 colleges, New York Central School, which there isn't a whole lot of information about when she went there, and then she went to Oberlin.
Okay. Dang.
Yeah.
Wait, is New York Central, is that still a school? Or is
Uh, I don't know actually.
Okay, because I've just never heard of that. Oberlin, I've definitely heard of, especially
Yeah.
for music.
Mhm.
Cause was she a part of the conservatory there? Is there an art conservatory there?
I don't
I
know.
don't even know. I know there's a music conservatory, but anyway,
Yeah.
whatever. They're known for the arts.
Yes. Yeah, and even then the school was considered pretty radical. They claimed that they support gender equality and anti-slavery and
Oh, what a concept.
yeah. But the thing is, this art historian who like dedicated her life to learning about Mary Edmonia Lewis, she did like deep dive research into her time at Oberlin. And
Yeah.
the thing is, even though they were considered radical, women were really constricted in what they could learn. So they were really only like if they went to that school, they were really only taught like how to become a good mother or how to become a good
Oh my
wife.
god. So they were getting the what is that? The MRS degree.
Oh, what does that stand for?
Mrs.
Oh.
MRS degree. It's a common phrase.
So while she was at Oberlin, unfortunately, a lot of things went down that were pretty disturbing. And it was because she was not white. She was accused for poisoning her white roommates.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
What the hell?
yeah. Apparently, her roommates too were abolitionists. Still, you know.
So it was just, and I'm assuming there was no repercussions against these white girls for that,
Oh,
right?
definitely not. No. And Edmonia was assaulted pretty horribly. Like she was left to
Man.
die.
Oh
Um,
my god.
and I don't remember who it was, but basically they like arrested her to keep her safe from like being continually attacked.
Dang.
Yeah. And throughout her entire time at Oberlin, there were different things that were going on. She was also a few white women were caught drinking on campus, and this was a dry campus. And they blamed her for giving them alcohol, so like they weren't
What?
punished at all. It was her because they gave it to them, or she gave it to them, and they were drinking it.
As if. What the fuck?
I know.
Oh my god. Wait,
Yeah.
that's actually well, because and Oberlin's in the North, where, the North was touted as this, like, super accepting place for
Hmm.
people of color, but that has never been the case. Like, it wasn't the case then, and even now we have issues with racism and redlining and stuff in the North. That's crazy.
Yeah. And it doesn't even end there. She was accused of stealing art supplies.
Ah,
There were just she did not have a good time at Oberlin,
this poor
unfortunately.
girl. Dang.
Yeah. Eventually, I think it was one of her friends tried to tell her to leave, so she left the school and went to Boston. And it was there that she decided that she wanted to become a sculptor and started doing pieces. And she was
Yep.
publicized. She did mostly their busts of abolitionists,
Mhm.
which is pretty cool. Also, like getting into sculpting, I don't know. That just like seems so. I don't know. You know?
The idea of sculpting sounds so fun at the start, but as soon as I'd get, like, one bad chip or something, I'd be
Oh yeah.
done.
Because like if you go too far in, it's not like you can just glue it back on.
Yeah. No, I don't understand. I love statues, and I that's one of my favorite things to look
Hmm.
at art museums is, like, these really very realistic looking statues. How they get the veins and stuff in there,
I know.
I don't understand. So, no, I don't understand going into that because I think if I tried to carve out a vein, I would need to be institutionalized.
Yes.
So,
Yes. And I look at the statues where like women are wearing a veil over their face and they're able to get like a drapery effect with rock. It's
yeah,
just
that's so fair. I don't know what's going on.
I could
Yeah,
never, but
no.
you do you. Anyway, after she starts like developing as a sculptor, she goes to Rome to further her education. She was only still doing busts though. When she finally got to Rome, she decided that she wanted to make a full size sculpture. She was discouraged because like people think that she wasn't good enough yet, but she did it
Yep.
anyway. Queen.
Yep. All right. Prove those haters wrong.
Yes. Her first full size sculpture was called Forever Free, and it depicts a black man freeing himself from slavery, and he's standing tall holding his broken chains in his hand.
Dang. And that was her first statue.
Yes. Her first full size statue.
That's crazy. Okay. Start small.
I know. And what's so unique about the sculpture that she did was that sculptures that, or even paintings, anything, any art form that depicted freed slaves, they're usually like
Yep.
kneeling at Abraham Lincoln's feet and like thanking him so much
Yeah,
for their
whatever.
freedom. But he's like freeing himself in this sculpture. So she takes like a
Okay.
new take, and it's just,
I like that.
yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
She also kind of stretched out her repertoire or whatever, her ideas. She did Native American inspired sculptures too.
Okay.
Something unique about the way that she depicted them too was, yes, there's so much horrible history for Native Americans, and still
Yeah.
like it's like it's so horrible. But
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
always depicted happy moments.
Okay.
So like marriages and
hmm That's yeah, like representing the culture, not the bad things that happened
right.
to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, because really that is like I don't know. I remember growing up because we had the reservation right next to us, and I feel like we learned a lot about the Menominee Reservation in our
Mhm.
time, but still not enough. But a lot of the education in American public schools surrounding Native Americans has to do with the Trail of Tears and like
Mhm.
them being displaced from their homes, the negative effects of colonization, instead of culturing us or like explaining their culture to us, uh, which I think is so much more valuable educationally. And
Right.
yeah,
Yeah, cuz I mean, they're dying off. Like their language is almost extinct. And
languages, yeah,
yeah, and just I don't know. I think it's so fascinating. I think we were very blessed to be next to a reservation so we could learn like a little bit of their culture. Like we would have
yeah,
powwows at our school and the readings of their stories, you know. Yeah.
yeah,
I should look more into that. Maybe next time I'll do more Native American artists. But
yeah.
anyway, let's get back to the story, children. So, while she was just gaining her experience, making more sculptures, she traveled to America and would sell works like all over the US. A really popular one that she is known for was a sculpture of Cleopatra. And
Okay.
Cleopatra has she has such like a broad range of things that you can like capture in like paintings,
Yeah.
sculptures, plays, whatever. But a common way to depict her is her contemplating death because
Okay.
she killed herself. And the she was also depicted as this like beautiful woman, usually with white woman features, you know?
Oh yeah,
Um
always.
Even though there's
She's
no way.
Egyptian.
Yeah.
Right.
um Lewis, she depicts her as already dead, not contemplating death in any way. And
Yeah.
she made like a historically accurate facial profile on her. So
Oh.
she looked at like the coins that were recovered from ancient Egypt, and then she would made that exact profile in her face.
Wow.
So
Okay.
she did her research.
Yep.
So she was still primarily living in Rome at this time.
Okay.
And unfortunately, Italy became extremely dangerous in 1884 for anyone that wasn't white.
Okay.
They introduced human zoos.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wait, for real? I
Yeah.
didn't know this.
Yeah. It gained a lot of traction. It like was all over the country because they wanted to make it seem like anybody that wasn't white was just deemed as like, ooh, they're just like a decoration, or they're, not.
Dang. And that was like 60 years before World War II, which is crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I guess it makes sense. It doesn't just start from nothing and then grow to what World War II was, but still, holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, we had stuff like that here, though. I can't even.
Oh,
It shouldn't be that much of a surprise.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
Um yeah, so she had to leave Italy and she moved to London, and there she lived out the rest of her days. She died of Bright's disease, which today is kidney disease, and she has a grave in London. She never got married. She was a single
Huh,
lady her whole life.
okay. Were there no like any comments about romantic relationships?
No, they didn't say
Nothing.
anything.
Huh. So she really just was worried about carving. So did she just do statues then? No painting?
I didn't see anything about other types of art media.
Okay, just statues.
Yeah.
Which I mean, just statues, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's crazy. Okay.
Yeah, and even now, like her sculptures, like they just recover them because they're like in an abandoned building or something. So she's finally gaining, well, she was popular then too, but she's gaining popularity again now with people recovering her works and
Yeah.
understanding how unique it was to that day to be able to
Yeah.
have a completely different perspective than any other sculptor then. So
Yeah.
she was an interesting lady.
Yeah, very interesting. It's a bummer there's not more information on her too. Like I'd like to know more about her time in London and
Yeah,
that kind of just I don't know, more nitty-gritty details, but just another sign of history lost. Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
Just think about like all the amazing people that probably did, they just, rock this world, and we don't know anything about them because they
Yeah.
weren't the majority, like part of the majority.
Yeah. They were, against the grain.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is too bad. And especially women. Women have always been ignored throughout all of time. So
Yeah.
that's too bad. Ugh. Wow, wow, we're bringing voice and
We're doing it.
we're doing it. We're lifting up our ladies.
This is why you need to listen to us. Um
Support women. And to support women, you have to listen to us. That's the only way.
we are against the grain. We
We like women, unlike all you other motherfuckers. I'm just kidding. Uh-huh.
yeah.
God bless. So thank you for listening to week 3 of the Mole Sisters. Check us out on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, or Spotify.
Or face spot,
Facebook. Shut up.
Tune in next week where Michaela's going to be discussing pianist and composer Clara Schumann.
Schumann.
Yeah. Oh.
Schumann. Schumann.
Yeah. Close enough. Whatever.
Anyway, 3, 2, 1.
Bye.
Bye.